I'm here to do that for you. Like, oh my god, I love it.
Getting pumped up on the little bright things I bought.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be another review, well actually first impressions, on the Rimmel, there's no real name, but just the Rimmel like contour palette. Because these have just been like blowing up in 2016 and in 2015 as well. But I feel like this year it's more so they're coming out everywhere at the drugstore. Like Maybelline has one, L'Oreal, and now Rimmel. So Rimmel has 3 shades available. I have the second one in Coral Cove. So it comes in 2 other shades. There's a lighter one and a darker one. And I know typically I would always get the lightest one just because it's pretty obvious. But the first one looked almost too light. It looked like a really shimmery bronze color and not really something you would contour with, as opposed to the second one that looks a bit darker and would make sense to contour with. And then you also get a highlight shade. It's like a shimmery beige color. And then the blush you get is a really nice pinky coral color. And with the 2 other palettes, the blush color is different in both. I think the darker one is like a deeper pink, and then the lighter one is a lighter pink. I have never tried any sort of contouring palettes before. I want to get on the bandwagon, I want to try them out, and so I thought Rimmel would be an interesting choice because I haven't really heard anyone talk about this or review it or whatever, so I'm here to do that for you. And also too, on all 3 packages, they have like a little demonstration on how you can apply it. When I try this out in like 2 seconds, I am going to try to follow that guideline. So without further ado, let's slap some makeup on my face to see if it works. Okay, so I have never tried this before, so this is totally first impressions. Very quickly, just by swatching them, the highlight color doesn't really seem that like velvety, and it looks a little powdery, so I'm a little concerned on the highlighter color. The contouring color feels softer, but also kind of powdery too. And then the blush color does feel a bit softer too, but same thing, it just looks kind of powdery. So those are all 3 swatches. You can't really see the highlighter that much. The bronzer, pretty noticeable. Blush color, super pretty. So I wanted to start off with the highlighter color because highlighter is number 1. So I'm just using an angled brush. I don't have the best highlighter brush, I will tell you that right now, but it does work. Actually, if you guys know any good highlighter brushes, list it down below because I really need to get a good highlighter brush. Okay, so according to the picture, I have to do a triangle on my face, on my forehead, sorry. I feel like I'm really fair-skinned, you're not even going to see the highlighter. So yeah, right away I'm noticing as I am like dipping my brush in and out of the palette, it is getting kind of powdery, but I've had that with other products too, but they still work really well. Under the eyes, I don't know, so far I'm not really seeing that big of a difference. Okay, then also under the brow bone. Okay, where else? The bridge of my nose. And I think that's it for highlighter. Okay, and then for the contouring shade, I'm using the Real Techniques bronzer brush, or contouring brush, sorry. I do a little bit under the chin. Okay, there. I think I need a smaller brush for that. Right here, to slim down that chin apparently. Bridge of my nose again. Okay, this one I'm definitely noticing more. Maybe I should have got the lighter one now that I'm looking in the mirror or the camera, but that's why we blend out later. Then the last part of the contouring, just on my forehead. Okay, I think that's it for contouring. Okay, and then finally the blush color. I am just using a, regular blush brush. Okay, and I think we're done putting on the makeup. Do I look close to the picture? Looking in an actual mirror as opposed to my like viewfinder, the highlighter is just super shimmery. So I'm a little concerned on that, but whatever, we're gonna blend it out and see how this all looks when it's blended. I'll zoom in a bit closer so you guys can see a bit better of how the contouring is and how it looks and stuff like that. So let's zoom in. I was hoping my highlighter would be on fleek. Don't think it is. From what I can see in my little view, I think it looks like pretty good. I will go into detail right now. So now for my overall thoughts. I think the blush color is super pretty. It's much more peachier than I thought it was going to be. It's a nice little glow too. I'm really liking the blush. So point on that. The contour was darker than I thought it was going to be, but once it blended out, it was like easy to work with. It wasn't a struggle to blending that out. My only complaint would probably be the highlighter color. I personally feel like it's too shimmery to be a highlighter for like your forehead and for under your eyes. It's just too much shimmer going on, and I don't think that's a look a lot of people like. If you do, go for it, but I think if you're trying to do like a subtle contouring, you want like a matte highlighter as opposed to like super shimmery. But for the highlighter for the brow bone and even like the bridge of the nose, I feel like it works in that aspect, but for under the eyes, it's just too much shimmer going on, and even the forehead. And then for the packaging, I think it's very cute and definitely travel friendly. I like the gold around the packaging. I think that looks really nice as well. I do like how they give you a little guideline to follow. It wasn't that hard to follow along to, so that's always nice. And then for the formulation on this, it is pretty powdery, as I've said before, but you still get a good color payoff. My only complaint, like I said before, is when you are using the product and dipping your brush like in and out of it, it gets super powdery and kind of flies everywhere. And then for the price on these, it's going to vary depending on where you are from, but in Canada, these are about $9 or $10. And like I said before, there are 3 shades available, pretty much a light, medium, and then dark. Don't be nervous about getting the second one if you're pretty fair skinned, because it is easy to blend out and you won't look like an Oompa Loompa. I would give this product I would give it a B. I don't think it's a necessity. If you have other blushes and bronzers, whatever that you like, stick with those. This isn't like a life changer. I'm not blown away by it, like, oh my god, I love it. But I do enjoy it. Like I said, it's a nice little travel size, so if you don't want to carry a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter with you, I think this is a good little option. I would say if you want, give it a try. It is a pretty cheap price and it does work well. But if you have a contouring palette that you like, just stick with that. I would recommend this if you are like trying out contouring palettes. It worked pretty well. Just the highlighter shade was a little too shimmery for me. And other than that, I really like it. I think it did a good job. Alright, so I hope you guys found this review helpful. Like I said, I'm definitely doing more of these review videos because I really enjoy doing them. And I hope you guys do too. I hope. So I just want to thank you guys again for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And just until next time, I will see you all later. Bye!